How's that? Is that better? You guys can hear me now? Good, 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 good. All right. I wanted to hop in the room here real quick because I wanted to teach you guys a very important lesson. Now, typically, I am in here on Wednesday mornings. I'm typically in here around 11 a.m. Didn't do that. Saw Mr. Anderson was rolling. Wanted to let him keep rolling. But let me ask you guys this question. Are you up for a quick 10, maybe 15-minute lesson that I think is going to be important for a day like this? Kyle H says, ahoy, Frankie, Trader KB, Billy Ray, Rob, Paula, Frankie, Billy. Billy Ray says, of course, of course. Excuse me one second. Gotta get my water. He says, of course, we're always up for a lesson, up for a good lesson. Lay it on us. Christmas come early. It's a Festivus miracle. All right. So let's dive into it. First, I want to wish you guys a very Merry Christmas to you and yours. I hope you guys have something fun planned. I'm going to Christmas Eve service today at 2:30 at my house, not my house, and my church, and then it's dinner with family, and then we do this tradition where we open the first gift of Christmas. All right, but if you guys know anything about me, I think it's better to give than to receive. And every year I pick out a family that has had a particularly hard year, and I try and do something nice for them. So I have some friends. The husband lost his job, hasn't been working since June. And I had my sons secretly reach out to their sons and ask them what they wanted for Christmas. And they told me, and it was a VR headset. Pretty pricey. I love my friends. I know that they're not going to be able to give that to them for Christmas. So my boys and I used some of my boys' money, my money. We bought that gift for them, mailed it to their house. They said, what's this? I said, it's a surprise. Have the boys open it up on Christmas. And you know what I get most excited for on Christmas? The videos and photos of seeing these boys lose their mind. Now, my boys are going to lose their mind. I know that, but I'm excited to see these boys lose their mind. And it's better to give than to receive. I love to give. So that said, in the spirit of giving, let me teach you guys a lesson here in general for the market on days like this. Okay. On days like this. So let me get my notes out just so you guys, as always, want to have some notes. All right. File. Okay. 018 notes, 412, 24, 25. Great. Let me bring in the screen. Okay. All right. Now, what are we seeing today? Du jour. I will show my screen. I promise. Hold on. Just want to get it up here. Okay. Here we go. What are we seeing today? What does this tell you? What has the SPY done today? You guys, riddle me this. What has the SPY done today? Lisa said, made me some money. Michael S. said, RIP. Mr. Innocent says, silver and gold, silver and gold. Yes, it's kept going up. Heidi Bikes, it has kept going up. It has pushed higher. The SPY is up $2.50 on the day. That certainly does not suck. Turtle says it ripped. Now, let me ask you this. What other names out there right now are you seeing intraday, like ripping? Ripping. What are you seeing ripping out there? In fact, there's a better chart I want to show you here. Okay. Well, you say PayPal, huh? PayPal. Well, let me point this out to you right here, okay? I know it's only 12:11. We have 49 minutes left in the trading day. Nike did make a really nice pop this morning, but what has it done since? What has Nike done since? Not a whole lot, right? Not a whole lot since. All right. So here's Nike. What has it done? Popped, not done a whole lot. MU popped, not done a whole lot. XLF popped, and look, yes, kept ripping. Apple has done well. Okay. Apple's a name. TGT, right? Another name, retail name. So we've got a couple names. But in general, what I want to point out to you guys here, right? Here is a quick lesson for day trading on unique days like this, Christmas Eve. This generally happens on short days, which are typically holidays, right? Let's count out some of those holidays you guys can think of, right? Let's go through them. Holiday weeks, short weeks, where people are oftentimes traveling or on vacay, right? What do you think? Like New Year's Eve. Sorry, Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve week. Day after Thanksgiving. Keep them coming. What else? July 4. Good. That week, because it falls on a different, one. Sure. Memorial Day. What else? Yeah, President's Day. Mr. Anderson puts up the list. Now, I'm not going to put in MLK Day, President's Day, but yeah, like Good Friday is an example. Okay. Let's just go with these. Let's go with these. What is unique about these days? Why would I say these days are unique? Unique New York. Unique New York. Why are these days unique? Besides being holidays. What are people oftentimes doing on these days? Almost anything else but trading. Okay? Count the reasons. Travel, family, prep. What else? Vacation. What else? Yeah, cooking, eating, shopping. Right? So what? Right? These are the reasons these days, weeks, are often low volume, right? Just look at the SPY today. It's gone up almost as much as yesterday, but look at the low volume. You guys see what I'm seeing? I'm going to start singing to you. Do you see what I see? Do you see what? Yeah, football is another good one. Do you see what I see? And Lisa's like, so what? So puts on the SPY? Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Right? Here's the thing. The big boys, Wall Street, is oftentimes not participating on these. Hence, the old saying, what's the old saying about May? Sell in, what? Sell in may, and what? Go away. Why would they say sell in May and go away? Why would they say that? Sell in May and go away. Why would they say that? Well, be more specific, Heidi, than people on vacation. Be more specific. Remember, who moves the market, friends? Who moves the market? Who's the market movers? Ah, John. Let's give my man a round of applause, right? Because this is when Wall Street goes to the Hamptons, right? So there's less volume. It's 3 martinis in the Hamptons. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will have another. All right. Or they go to, Italy or there. And so as a result, what does that mean? Right? When there are less participants, especially Wall Street, there is less volume, and less volume can often result in what? What? Lack of what? When there's less volume. Thank you, Kyle H. Kyle H., 27 Christmas points for you, sir. Right? Lack of follow through. Right? Now, is the market pushing? Sure. Are there names like Apple and TGT pushing? Sure. But in general, outside of those names, what are we getting? Nice little morning push on Nike. Not a whole lot of follow through. That's why I went out to January. Right? A lot of push on MU, not a lot of follow through. That's why I went, that's why I took my money and ran. Okay. And so why do I tell you this? Right? Why do I tell you this? Right? In these conditions where there is oftentimes a lack of follow through, when you are day trading, you can, 1, join the crowd. Join the crowd. What does that mean? Join the crowd. What does join the crowd mean? Do nothing. And that's okay, right? That's okay. Number 2, find the best Momo names, momentum, and work with those. Right? Or three, what's number 3? Assess the trend, I should say the condition. I taught this to you guys yesterday, the condition of the market, right? That is trend, up or down. Or, right? And look for longer positions if suitable. Okay, so for example, today, some of you guys are over in my service for Nike. Why in the world would I look at Nike right here, right now? Beyond the fact that we did have smart money going into this thing. What is it about Nike here that would be interesting to moi for a longer position, given the fact that there might be a lack of follow through, today, Friday, vacation week? Why maybe look at Nike here? What do you see from this chart that would make that interesting? Example, today I took Nike, Jan 16, 62, 50 calls. Why? 1, smart money buying. 2, right? Hit extreme ATR yesterday. Okay, what else? What else? Technically, when you look at this chart, technically, what do you see? Yes, a bounce. Yeah, gap up bounce. Broke above a high. Yes, good. Yes. Yep. So again, let's point this out. This was the high. It broke above that 59 mark. Ah, Sarah. 92 Christmas points for you, Sarah. Yep, it's filling a gap. And what do we know? Markets, let's just say charts, love to fill gaps. Okay, so smart money, extreme, right? And stage 1 to stage 2, potentially, along with the idea of filling a gap. Do you see why I'm giving it time to follow through? You see the reasons why I'm giving it time to follow through, right? Remember, right? Last point. Remember, OIT is a day trading service. I know Mr. A puts in swings here though, okay? Just for some of y'all. But just know on days like this, there will oftentimes be a lack of follow through. So don't just come here and think it's going to be like every other day. It won't, right? Make your choice wisely. And most importantly, what? This is the one thing that I want you guys, and I'm going to move this up so you guys can see it. Most importantly, if you're going to trade, you're going to make your choice wisely. Most importantly, what must you do when it comes to making your decision? What must you do? Yes, manage risk. Yes, manage risk. Yes, of course, always given. Most importantly, 1, have a reason for the trade. Don't just trade anything. Have a reason for the trade. Okay? What's number 2? Make a plan and follow it. Okay? Have a reason for the trade, make a plan and follow it. And then what? And then do what? Then do what? Follow the plan. Yep, we got to follow the plan. Then do what? Well, follow the plan is execute, okay? And then what? Have patience. Yep. Part of following the plan is having patience. This is one of the things that I want to burrow into your brains in 2026, right? Let's see who can get it to get 1,021 Christmas points, and then I'm going to be gone. Okay. Accept the what? Accept the what? Accept the risk. Accept it. Hey, I'm willing to put in this. This is my plan. I'm going to follow my plan. It's going to work or it won't. I accept that, right? No blame. No pointing fingers. No victim mindset mentality. I'm going in eyes wide open, knowing that it's a low volume day, knowing that there might not be follow through, right? That is okay. I'm okay with that. This is what I'm willing to risk and accept the risk. Somebody tell me this before I let you go. Why is it so important that you as a trader learn to accept the risk? Think about it. You won't do number 2, and you'll rethink number 1. Am I wrong? Right? When you don't accept the risk, right? Number 2, if you don't accept the risk, you'll move your stops lower, right? You'll hold too long. You'll what? Change the plan. You'll develop bad habits. Don't do that, right? And then number 1, right? You'll justify everything you did in not sticking to number 2 by, in your brain, rethinking and finding other, I'm going to put those in quotes, other reasons for number 1, this is a no-no, right? Trade works or it doesn't. Move on. Move on. Has anyone experienced that? Not accepted the risk and then like got wonky with your plans and said, oh, well, there's the butterfly effect because of the tsunami in Japan. And that's going to create a anytime you get into the have you guys ever asked someone a question they don't know and they do the and they're just kind of like they're kind of like buying time for an answer. Right? Don't do that to yourself. Don't do that to yourself. Accept the risk. Trade works or doesn't. Move on. Right? When you can get good at losing, you will get amazing at winning, right? When you can get good at losing, you'll be much better at winning. Yes, Lisa. Oh, that's a powerful quote. I'm going to put Lisa's quote in here. I'm going to quote Lisa. Lisa said this: the rationalizing mind can be powerfully disabling. Yeah, and guys, let me tell you, who's the worst at this? Who do you think is the worst at this? Like guilty as charged, guilty as sin. Who do you think is the worst? If you had to point a finger. Oh, me, right? Not in the market because I've been trained like I'm trying to train you. I'm the worst at this with people. I want to see the best in people. They do something, I blow it off. They do something else. I'm like, well, here's the reasons probably why they did that. Their childhood, their, blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing. Here's what I've learned. Okay. Right. Here's my last lesson, right? Final lesson to you guys, right? With people and with trades, Let them show you who they are and treat them accordingly. Oh, that hurts. It hurts. Hurts my soul. Because I have been burned so many times by people, right? And you know what my response to this is? What do you think my response to this is? That I'm not good at judging people. I'm not good at judging their character, who they are, what they tell me. I believe, I want to see the best in them, right? I hold on to hope for people that they can change, right? What do you think my strategy is with this? Very, very similar to my strategy in the market. One word only, right? One word. What is it? Kyle's the smart one here. Not patience. Billy, I'm not patient with people. No, once they show me who they are, I treat them accordingly. Yeah, okay. Here's the word. Rules, right? My rules with people. Meet my wife, trust her. My wife's not always right, but never wrong, right? Just last night, my wife and I had dinner with a couple because there's a guy that I'm starting to do more work with. I like him a lot, good guy. And I wanted to meet him and his wife so that my wife could have an assessment, right? So that she could assess. I stink at that. I'm the worst at that. And then I just look at her afterwards. I'm like, hey, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Right? What do you think? Okay. Trust her judgment. Right? And then in the market, my rules with the market, make a plan, have a reason, accept the risk, stick to it. That's it. Oh, the dinner went great. Thank you so much for asking. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's it. So I'm learning this. You're learning this. We all got to learn this. This is my encouragement. Days like this, going to be choppy, low volume. That's the way it goes, right? And so just understand, expect that. Make your decision, participate, find the movers, or if the market conditions allow it, look for long-term, have a reason, accept the risk, stick to that. I'm here to tell you guys, if that's the type of trader that you want to be, that's who you want to be in 2026, then think about, right, as I said to you before, why that's important, why you value that, what standards you're going to put in place to stick to that and prioritize those standards. Make sense? Are you with me? Are you with me? Yeah? Okay, cool. It's 12:30. I think Ethan is over in Omen, midday. Yes, he is. So I'm going to release you guys to be over there with him. But the notes will be available. This has been recorded all for you guys. Let it be something you watch and stick with over the next several days before New Year's. All right, friends. Merry Christmas. Be good. Remember, we are far more blessed to give than to receive. Think about whose Christmas, New Year, life you can make better. Never deny a generous thought. That's what I'm working on. All right, friends. Be good. Be good to others. Appreciate y'all and talk to you soon.